Hey guys, welcome back. Here's my latest update. I went ahead and glued the walls in. I tried to do another video with the ring light and the camera. Didn't quite work out. So instead, I'm just going to show you what I've gotten done. I did hang this shelf, and we've been putting little things onto it like shells. This came from one of those little dig kits. Supposed to be a sphinx. I think it glows in the dark. There's a stone. My daughter took apart one of those little growing crystals, which I don't know where the big one went, and she put it into a jar and then put one next to it. Anatomy is a part of science, so we glued a broken doll foot in there. I had 3D printed this a while back, and I decided it would just look absolutely cool on the wall. This dude I painted. He was from a Halloween decoration. I took him out of the cage, tacked him to the wall. On the back side of the wall, I'm going to bend down the tag to hold it up, but for now I tacked it in. So he hangs there. I had some leftover resin, and I poured it into the jar and let it cure over a dislocated Barbie foot. We're gonna call that formaldehyde. My daughter helped me set up. We put the candelabra there. We put that, whatever that is called, there. I had done a hospital scene when their doll lost a hand, and that's our fresh specimen, along with an x-ray I printed out. I have my Kirk mug, because I'm becoming more and more of a Trekkie, thanks to my husband. My notebook that I made. There is a microscope here. The drawers do function. There's another notebook in here, like a journal. I think that came from a Fashion Fever set. And then in here, you can't see it because it's the same color. Another notebook with empty pages, kind of like a journal thing that I added beads to the top. That goes in there. In here, we got a bunch of pictures and stuff that I'm debating on what I might hang on the wall, or I might just leave them in the drawer. And then there's one more drawer that I haven't put anything in yet. We have a jar of cotton balls, 3D printer. My mom sent me this. This is Cogsworth. I'm going to glue a clock face onto him. But I cleaned it up, put it on the shelf. There is, right there, another crystal. I'm slowly working on cleaning up the books. I did fix these. And then this has more resin that's sealed to give it a sort of liquid look. That's going to go on the shelf. We pulled out this clock. I grabbed that at an estate sale one time, and it just fits. I'm going to rearrange these. I have these syringes are actually from Lego sets that the kids didn't want anymore. They fit in the jar and they look great. This skull and this bust, Egyptian bust, both came from little dig kits that my kids had. Mrs. Potts, also from the Beauty and the Beast set that my mom sent me. I cleaned her up and she just looks nice there. So that's what I have so far. My daughter helped me by pulling out anything and everything that she thought looked like it should be in the science lab, including all the pictures and just stuff. So I'm slowly fitting it in. And then I just had this sort of chest. It's what used to hold some of my finds. This also came from Spain, okay. But I found it at either an estate sale or a thrift store a while back. So, there's where we are, and I will see you next time. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm slowly getting the room back to order. I have done a few more additions, so we now have the playset set up. I can't remember if I had hung that last time I saw, so if I did and I'm just repeating myself, I'm sorry. I did hang these posters that I made. I printed pictures from online, shrunk them down in size, and then went ahead and laminated them to give them a shiny look. I have finished basically cluttering up the desk. Lots of clutter. And then I added a couple other posters that I had. I still have to fix his face. He still needs a clock face. I've slowly been working on the shelves. I'm really not good at, I guess, putting things in between the books to kind of break up that space. So I'm just going to say right now, it's a slow process for me. And I will show you what my real life bookshelves usually look like. Yeah, they look like that. Except, that's about as cluttered with stuff as I let them get. For the most part, I tend to fill it up. Anywho, today I was trying to figure out what else needs to be done, and this is really getting on my nerves. So I went and cut a strip of the paper I'm going to peel and stick. I also found out that the glue didn't stay. As you can see, I tried to peel off the chunks of glue and then it peeled off some of the paper. So it's supposed to be like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a bit of this contact paper off, and then I'm going to try to reglue it. So let's see if I can get that done. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to take my box cutter, and where the line is, I'm just going to try to cut lightly and get rid of part of the contact paper in the hopes that I can then put some hot glue down and then the ball will stay in place. We'll see how well that goes. I am also very OCD when it comes to, like I showed you, that line. And so I need to put down another line. Here we go. That's not how I want it to go. Well, that didn't work out the way I wanted. But I think that's going to be enough. I'm just going to go ahead and glue this corner down and back here. And let's hope that that holds. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of hot glue here. Mine does not like to work properly right now. So I'm just going to make it as light as I can. And then put that on top. And then I'm going to go on the back side, maybe, and put some down. Okay, and then just hopefully that will hold. There we go. So now we have that. Seems to be holding. Alright, I was sent this by a friend who lives in the UK, and I thought it was so cute that I wanted to add it into the doll room. I'm going to say that she is well traveled and she brings home cutesy artwork to put on the wall. So over here, let's see. Yeah. I think we'll put it over here with her sort of traveling like maps and diagrams that I put. Let's hope that hot glue works. Hot glue is hot, and I am holding metal, so wish me luck on this one. Just so you know, be extra careful if you ever decide to hot glue something that is metal. The whole thing can heat up. But we will put this. There you go. And ta-da! So this came from a miniature building set that my mom had sent my daughter, and she just said, I don't want it. Actually, no. This one might not be the same one. That or it came from one of my miniature hauls. I'm not really sure at this point. But I decided that this one would be really cute as a little herb pot. So what I'm going to do is use some of this that also came from a miniature building kit that my mom sent me. And we are going to make a sort of herb kit. The first thing I'm going to do is just put in a little bit of glue. Like I said, mine doesn't want to work right, so I have to push from the bottom of the glue stick. I have just a little bit in the top. I'm going to pull out some of this greenery. Maybe. If you're looking for a perfectionist, you're on the wrong channel. Let me just point that out. Or a perfect crafter, I should say. This is not the channel for you. Alright. I'm going to place that in. Since there are red, I want to put some of the red in as well. It's not working. Let's see if I can do it like this. Not quite. I think the glue already dried. You gotta work fast with glue, hot glue. So, let me find a good piece. Let's see if I can stick it. Okay. What do you think? A little potted plant, possibly an herb that she's growing for her studies. I think I want to stick one more red one on there. There, like that. And then that one fits on the shelf. Perfect. So there's that one. I do have another jar. So we are going to take some of these pieces that are broken off, and we're going to put them into the jar. I want to trim off the little wood pieces though. So we're going to do that. We're going to put those in kind of like her dried herbs. We're gonna mix them. She's gonna have a little of both. I don't know if you watch anime, but one of my favorites right now is the Apothecary Diaries. And they always have just jars and containers of all kinds of different herbs. So I'm adding a little bit of that element in. This one doesn't want to go in. There we go. I'm going to put the lid back on. This is one I could always change later if I chose to, but for now, it also goes on the shelf. So she's got a little bit of everything. She's got a little bit of some unknown chemical. We have this, which I am still looking for the piece that you use to pound up the herbs. She's growing some. She's already got some dried out and jarred. She's got a little bit of rocks. She's into the anatomy because we are currently studying the effects of having a hand chopped off, apparently. And yeah, so that's where I'm at so far. And tell me what you think I should possibly add. I'm thinking one more desk might go along this wall. That's because I found these. My daughter actually went through all my stuff, pulled out all the stuff, and somebody had made these that I could print. And they're Tony Stark from the Marvel Universe. His computer screens. So you have Iron Man suit or whatever, the mechanics of it all. Stark Industries, and just these random things. So what I wanted to do is set up a desk over here and then maybe have these on as screens for a 4-screened computer of some sort. Maybe like a supercomputer type thing. But I'm not really sure. If you have another idea for this wall that you think would be better, then by all means, I'd love to hear your ideas. So let me know, and I'm hoping that maybe one more installment of this and I am done. I mean, I say done, let's face it, I will probably be adding to the whole look over and over as I find little things. I was thinking maybe a shelf up along this wall here, but I'm still thinking about it because that is kind of a lot more. I just don't like empty wall space up here, so I might do that. Anyways, here's where we're at, and I hope you guys have been enjoying this. Let me know your thoughts, give me some insight on what you would add, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.